All right, guys, what's going on? Today we're here in the torture room again, and today I just want to talk about or document a full-on session today. And today we're working with a YouTuber who has his own channel. We'll introduce him here in a bit, but a lot of people always want to know, like, is the torture room like you're just gonna get murdered? No, there's a lot of thought process that happens with going into each massage session, like the reason why they're here, the solution, the problem. There's a lot of variables that we have to break down, but again, as every LMT knows that follows my page, we do a good consultation, a very thorough one, and that's how we kind of break down and decipher what kind of treatment do they need. So is it always scraping? No. Do we do that sometimes? Absolutely. Sometimes we need cupping or active release treatment, but I'm looking forward to showing you guys this video.
I'm beat up, man.
Yeah, you beat up?
I'm fine, but like I'm just tired today from yesterday's leg workout.
Okay, so you murdered legs yesterday?
Yeah, I'm having some issues with here. I was gonna tell you, like mobility wise. I got some pain like as I come up and some of like the anterior movements. I have to find myself like kind of like really like kind of hanging and then coming out wide.
Okay.
I don't know what's just kind of like bound up feeling in there.
Yeah. A lot of that's going to happen just with the stress of the tissue. With everything we do is almost forward motion, so it's bound to happen. Especially as big as you are, you know, throwing around all that weight in the gym. Is it like a tension or like a deep ache?
Yeah, both.
Tension and deep ache.
Deep ache is more of a good way to say it. I'll get that, you know.
That's how we can usually tell it's just a stress hormone and there's not like an injury coming through. When it's just like a deep ache, you know, something that's just like, hey, we've been stressed out too long. When are we gonna get some recovery time? So, see how you're looking here. You're 4 weeks out.
Yeah, so I'm like flat as a pancake, but I feel good. I feel like I look good. When I fill out, it should look nicer.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I'll get like some phantom pain like in here, up in here. And there's like some different knots and stuff. And I got,
oh yeah, it's not in there.
I got
doing most musculars. See that? All right. At least we can still see the fiber striation, but we know that deep underneath all that, it's starting to get knotted up in there.
Yeah, okay.
So we'll take on all that.
Cool.
A lot of things that I like to look for, instead of just going to the acute point of tension or, you know, where the ailment is, I always want to look at assisted muscle groups along with the primary mover of whatever action that they're talking about. So when they explain things in their own words, I can always kind of decipher what I'm gonna do by understanding the movement they want to get into or that they're having trouble in, by understanding assisted muscle groups and synergistic muscle groups. Those are the muscles that help stabilize the joint during any movement. So, and that's how we're gonna break this one down. We'll see if he survives.
Face up or
yeah, face up. We're gonna start with the chest a little bit. We're just gonna bring some blood in there, and then we're gonna get to the forearm, bicep, shoulders. The forearms are always gonna be a little tighter, especially when you start having issues or a little bit of tension when you start doing lateral movements with the arm. Any abduction of the arm, the forearm is just gonna be a little bit tense just because we're holding weight here with resistance, and this joint is taking on a lot of that because you're trying to build this cap here, or just the movement of, let's just say, a certain chest press where you're going a little bit wider. The forearm's gonna take on a lot of tension, so. Sometimes people ask me why I work on this short head of the bicep when they have a chest issue. But when you view the attachment point of just this bicep head here, it attaches to the shoulder blade on something called the coracoid process. But knowing that this gentleman, like with forward flexion, a little bit of lateral flexion, there's just tension there. We want the shoulder blade to move properly. This could limit how much movement that shoulder blade has, especially when he needs to press with power. So just because he's stacking joints like this, trying to press, we want everything to just work properly. So we're just working on this to make sure it's not too tight, and starting with the attachment point going all the way up into the belly. So it just helps loosen so many things up with stacked joints. So there's always a reason why we hit distal muscle groups going all the way up into like where the acute tension is. Yeah, working on the other side, we're just like going over the muscle tissue just to bring blood flow in there and just to break up anything that's sticky. Nothing as detailed as the side that, you know, the tension really was in. And we're doing this just because we don't want the body to feel uneven or unbalanced, especially when he goes out, back into training, back under tension. So we want everything to feel as balanced and complete as possible. So when you work on one side, always take care of the other side as well. Quick, let's move that arm. Let's see how it's feeling.
Right now, it feels great right now.
Yeah.
Looks like butter. Looks good too.
Yeah.
Looks like a big rectangle.
Nice. Yeah, we're gonna get into rotator cuff muscles. We're gonna clean out around the shoulder blade just so that thing can move so smooth. When people have shoulder issues, people always ask me, or I get asked a lot by other LMTs, why I start working on the low back going up to the shoulder blade. And you have paraspinal muscles here, and the most outer one, it's called the iliocostalis muscle. This guy here, although it starts way down in the sacrum and attaches way up here, it does go right underneath the shoulder blade on this medial border. And it does help assist with tension when they're doing any lateral movement, especially when they're holding massive amounts of weights or doing a lot of flies, things like that. This guy is gonna be taxed like crazy. And athletes will always feel a lot of gunky stuff right in here. It's all gunky right in there. And we wanna work this whole muscle that goes under here, clean this out, and then work all the way out to the tricep. And that's my initial thought process a lot of times. And then when we get into what's really happening, then it just unfolds from there. Got a lot of that dirty work cleaned up now. I'm gonna work on this guy and this guy right here. So the muscle we're on right here is the infraspinatus muscle. So this guy plays a major role anytime there's abduction of the arm. Any lateral movement, this guy stabilizes that shoulder joint. It's the primary stabilizer for the shoulder joint, this guy. And it has two heads right through here and it goes in. So we're getting on the top one. And then we're gonna get on the second one. I'm gonna turn the light on. It's gonna be pretty bright.
Okay. It feels good. I won't know for sure until I got some weight under me.
Till you put it on.
But it
under
feels
tension.
good.
Yeah.
And it looks good. Too.
Yeah. And we just cleaned out the chest. That's all we did. It's not gritty and bumpy anymore like you feel those. See how smooth it feels all the way through? That's just gonna help all those striations pop even more. So, and this is how we know when there's just tension or just like a deep ache. It's just a sensory thing. We just need to clean the muscle tissue out because it's just overstimulated for too long, and it just needs that recovery time. And once it knows that it's like, okay, we don't have to be so stressed, we can alleviate that tension. Things just start looking a whole lot better, and then they move better. So, but let me know when you hit the gym again and see how it goes. Yeah, absolutely. I was lucky enough to be featured on GuestPass, one of his channels, and we'll put his channel on the description so you guys can check it out yourselves. But the Torch Room was privileged to be featured on his GuestPass channel when he visited Dragon's Lair Gym. So he was so intrigued about the Torch Room theory and what we could really do with muscle tissue and the benefits for bodybuilding. And as you can see, this guy's a freaking monster. So yeah, did he survive? Check it out. But it was great working with him.